Hey everybody, it's Chris. I'm back with another review for the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. Today we had sort of a cool off. It's actually down to 105 here in Las Vegas, so I thought I'd bust out something that had been sitting in my fridge for a while. It's the Ninkasi Oatis Oatmeal Stout. Uh, I paid $1.44 for this, had a 15% off coupon. So this would have been $1.69 plus tax originally. Once again, the whole point of this channel is to show you that you can drink good beer without paying a high price for it. This particular stout, oatmeal stout, comes in at 7.0 ABV. Ninkasi is out of Eugene, Oregon, and for those who do not know, Ninkasi was the goddess of brewing. So that's where they got their name. And normally, this is about the time that I would be picking up my pop the top opener from Taza Design, but I picked up this. Let's see if that's right. That will show. No, I don't know whether that's right or not in the camera. I think that's right. Yeah. Picked up this opener at an Ninkasi tasting in Olympia, Washington, at Gravity Beer Market. And if you're ever in Olympia, Washington, and you want to get some good beers, I highly recommend you go check out Gravity Beer Market. They haven't paid me a cent. This is a personal endorsement. They're really nice people there. They're knowledgeable. They have good stuff on tap. You can get your growler refilled. They have a great cider selection as well. They're over on, I believe it's 4th Avenue in downtown, just up from downtown Olympia. You'll find Gravity Beer Market, and as I said, they're nice people. They got good prices. When I lived with my cousin in Olympia, I was there all the time. It was pretty much my second home. So yeah, they're a great place, and I highly recommend Gravity Beer Market in Ole. So I'm going to use my Ninkasi opener on my Ninkasi Oatmeal Stout, the Oatis, and let's see what sort of bouquet we get before we pour it. Smelling a lot of chocolatey notes, and I am getting the oatmeal. I'm getting that sort of malty, grainy sort of smell from an oatmeal. All right, so I checked on Beer Advocate, and one of the styles that's perfectly acceptable for the for a mug is oatmeal stout. So we're just going to pretend like it's a cold day here in Sun City. Haha. At 105. We're supposed to get some thunderstorms as well. So let me get this closer to the camera. You would think I would realize anything I could do to cover my ugly mug I should be doing. I just really like looking at that nice foamy head, watching that head dissipate. That is a nice, almost dark brown foam head. Now that is a dark beer, but it's not as my friend Tony says, light can't escape from it dark. And no, it's not at that level. But man, I just love that. Just makes a great that makes a great pour right there. I think just to have that much of a nice brown head like that. Okay, now that I've got it open, I really smell the oatmeal. I mean, wow, can I smell that oatmeal? Well, let's go straight to it. Cheers. That's a good oatmeal. That's a stout. It's just very true to form. It's a little dry. It's a little sweet. Uh, you're definitely tasting the grain of that oatmeal. I think it was probably steel cut oats they used, and yeah, it says dark roasted malts and the addition of oatmeal for a creamy, smooth drinkability. Just enough hops to balance the copious amounts of dark roasted malts. So yeah, this is exactly what an oatmeal stout should be like. A little sweet, a little dry. But wow, that's a good stout. 7% ABV. That's about right for an oatmeal stout. I did check in BJCP, and that's about what you would expect for an oatmeal stout as a 7% ABV. This is textbook, and it's good. It's not just textbook. It's a good. I like stouts anyway, kind of partial to them, but I would say this is a good oatmeal stout. Uh, yeah, for sure. Ninkasi, Oatis, oatmeal stout. You know, all the time I lived in the Northwest, I never had this particular beer from Ninkasi. I can't begin to tell you, enumerate all the beers of Ninkasi that I had, but I never had this one, and yet this is probably the most common stout of theirs that's available, aside from Ground Control. And that's not the most common, it's just the most coveted. But this is Ninkasi who made Ground Control, the Imperial Stout made with yeast that went up into space. And when you get, those of you who will write for my book, when I finally get it finished and book 2 finished, I will tell you the story about picking up Ground Control and how much I paid for it. And it was one of the few times when I did splurge on beer. But getting back to this one at hand, this one in the review, the Oatis. This is this has I would say, a medium mouthfeel. Um, there is just the slightest bit of spikiness, I'd say, from the carbonation, but overall, this is not overly spiky. This does have a slight alcohol burn, but not very much. And so, yeah, this is not, like I said, this is not only textbook, it's good. It's a good drinkable stout. And I'm going to take care of I'm going to, take advantage of the cold weather that we have with this 105 at the end of June in Sin City and drink my oatmeal stout. And until then, I appreciate you watching and checking out the blogs and following me on Instagram and the videos on Periscope. And this Sunday, look for another video from Tony and me of the Tiger Sock series. Until then, drink good beer and don't break the bank doing it. Cheers.